concept of showing you in LA and in New York that a strip poker club doesn't exist or can't exist. I want to talk about the concept of it in general, though, and why it wouldn't work. We'll see how silly it is. Okay, first of all, so New York, it couldn't exist. Why? Because gambling is the problem. It's not legal, hasn't been legal since the 60s, okay? You can't even have a poker place. However, in the event that you have a strip club, it means in New York that 40% of your inventory or your general sales have to be made off things not directly related to sex. It's a little hard to do. Now here's the other thing. If you're going to get like a loan from a bank or something, just picture this. You're trying to explain why you should get a loan. Okay? I want to open up a strip poker joint. Why? To make money. Yeah, I'm not hearing money from that. Why? Well, if you're playing strip poker, what do you win, you guys? You win money? You win clothes. You'd win other people's clothes. It means that this is such a problematic idea. It means the house isn't taking anything in except for maybe a $5 cover at the door, which usually is taken for taxes. There's taxation on clubs that involve nudity, and it's usually the cover at the door. So the house isn't making anything off the poker. Now, are actual poker players going to go do this? No. Why? Because poker players actually want to make money. If you're referring to, I had conversations with Steve in the office about poker because he played poker, or Jawan's in LA about poker because he worked at a casino or something. I was talking about, oh, maybe you could work there. Okay. But no one's proving that I actually was playing poker. And besides, you guys said I didn't play poker. You said I didn't know how to play cards. Remember? Okay. So, here's the thing. So how is this business going to make money? They're not. So the other problem is when you have, first of all, it's extremely hard to open places like this because of zoning problems. A lot of times these places drive down property value, and you can't be next to like a church or a school, for example. So it's also extremely hard to find neighborhoods that aren't going to be upset because you're going to bring crime, as you are, and places that are not near a church or school or whatever. Especially like New York, where everything's so compacted. Right. So here's the other thing. There are laws about if you have full nudity, which would really be the only reason, I suppose, to play this game, you can't serve alcohol. Again, how are they making this money? On top of that, if you have partial nudity and you're playing poker, what the fuck is the point? Then it's not really strip poker, and who wants to go? Right. So the avid poker players aren't going to go because this sucks and they want to win money. And the strip guys aren't going to go because they got to see a chick in a pasty and now they're sitting there butt fucking naked? No. Okay. Security is an issue. Why? Because you're going to need it. You're going to need it more than like a restaurant, right? So because people get irate and they don't like losing and no one likes to walk out of the parking lot naked, you're going to need security. But that's really awkward. Why? Because you're going to be wrestling naked people. So now what? Do you hire a straight security guard who's in no way going to want to touch a naked dude? Or do you hire a gay one who might pop wood while the other guy's got wood from the chick? No, this is a problem. This is a problem. So now you got to pay the straight guy extra. Okay? Now, here's the other thing. The point of going to a strip club is what, you guys? To go watch one woman strip? To go watch 20 women strip. Right. In this scenario, there's one woman stripping at a table slowly, possibly not. She's probably better at poker than you are. Why? Because you're not actually a poker player. You're just a guy that wants to possibly see a nipple. Maybe not, though, because she's wearing a face. Right. So this sucks. So you don't have regulars. Because your regulars would be the strip guy or the poker guy. You don't have regulars. Why was like a one-hit wonder? You're like, I guess it was fun. How many rounds can you realistically play this game? 3? You've seen the same chick strip 3 times, and by the way, she's close to a table. What does it mean? You don't even really see her lower half. More likely, you're gonna see the 12 naked guys next to you with erections. Now tell me that's not uncomfortable. You really think straight guys want to go there? I mean, heaven forbid you're a politician or something and someone snaps a photo of you and 12 naked guys sprouting wood. Exactly. If you lose, you're leaving naked. That means at the door they have to regulate how many articles of clothes do you have. Why? Because you could cheat. Wear 27 pairs of pantyhose and slowly take it off and count as a clothes. So no, they have to regulate how many things you have, which is already complicated because women wear more clothes than men. Right. So this is already complicated. Then if you lose, what? You're going to go walk out in the parking lot naked? No, you're not. Why? This is indecent exposure. If a little kid walks by, your entire thing shuts down. You can't do that. You can't do indecent exposure every time someone loses. It doesn't even make any sense, you guys. On top of that, well, so what is the club going to do? Issue you clothes? No, it's a loss. They're not going to pay for everybody's clothes, or people just go there to get new clothes. Next, you have to pay the stripper. Why? Because strippers normally make money on the tips. But she's not making money on the tips because no money's actually exchanged in the poker. Right? So what's going to happen? You have to pay her more than an hourly wage because she's getting naked too. So now you're essentially losing money because the house doesn't normally pay for the stripper's tips, and now they are. So you have to pay the bouncer extra, and you have to pay the dealer extra, and on top of that, they're not even really drinking alcohol unless it's not a nude bar. Well, where are you making your money? Fucking, I better hope the food's good. Now, next, dealers normally, they don't play. They deal the cards, they don't play. Why? Because they're making sure that you're not counting cards or doing something shady. Right. They don't want to see an ace up your sleeve. They don't want to see you, oh, I didn't get a card. They have to pay attention. So if she's lifting her shirt over her head and she's playing too and she's staring at her cards, there's all kinds of things you could do. So what does that mean? You also have to pay someone to watch the table. Now you got to pay that fee too. You said that I worked at this place or something? I'd have to have a full knowledge of poker, not just one game, several games. Oh, I mean, any game that they want to play, I'd have to already know and be good enough to deal and pay attention to not just what's happening with me, what's happening with the client. Again, counting cards and stuff like that. It's really boring. It's a really bad idea for a business. Also, are they 18 or 21 if they can come in? Because if they're serving alcohol at all, which is really the only way it looks like they could possibly make money, they have to be 21. There goes some of your clients right there. Okay? And on top of that, you have to pay for permits, alcohol permits, regulation permits in terms of new laws, etc., etc. So, I mean, there's a lot that you're losing. And there's a legal issue. You're going to have the cops on your butt every time. People are going to call left and right. So you have that issue too. People are going to look for crime and just be waiting to shut you down. So I'm just wondering, where is the money in this dumb ass idea? No bank is loaning it for anyone to get anything from. It's not going to happen, you guys. It's a fucking failed business idea, even on paper. I've shown you it doesn't exist in reality, and here's exactly why.